I, 32 female, failed as a wife and have never been there for my husband, 34 male. How do I start to fix this? My 32F husband, 34M, and I started dating 10 years ago. We have been married for 8 and have 3 kids, and we have been hoping for number 4 as of late. He's a wonderful husband and he does so much for me and our kids. I thought I was a great wife to him, but I recently realized that I truly am not. Last week, something terrible happened that left my husband needing emergency surgery and spending a few days in the hospital. When he was discharged and able to come home and we were able to sleep together, he held me closer than ever, and I couldn't help but break down in tears and tell him about how scared I was and how getting that call and seeing him in the hospital made me feel like my worst fear of losing him was coming true. He just comforted and reassured me that he was fine and everything would be okay. In that moment, I realized that in our entire relationship, he has always had to comfort me, even when he was the one who was suffering and I should be the one comforting me. I thought back to when he got laid off from his job a few years ago, when his mother passed away, when I said terrible things and called him terrible names during the second pregnancy, and more. Every time I failed to see how he was impacted and focused on my own feelings. He was the one directly affected, but he still comforted and reassured me every time. It took my husband ending up in a hospital and requiring surgery for me to realize how I have never truly been there for my husband when he needed me the most, and still he has loved me unconditionally. I don't know how I can even start to make up for this. How do I fix this without pushing my husband away? Now for top comments.
Fix it by being there for him from now on. Pay attention to his feelings and needs. Help him. Be there for him. Find ways to express how thankful you are for him. Do not push your guilt about this onto him. It's an easy way to end up exactly in this dynamic again, where you feel so bad about how you haven't been there for him. And he ends up comforting you for those feelings.
I think you should Google ring theory of support. If he's the victim of the accident, you should not be seeking comfort from him. He's in the middle ring, and all comfort goes towards him. You should seek comfort from people from an outside ring of yourself. Yes, putting the expectation of comfort and emotional labor from the person who is actually the victim of the situation is not okay. I'm glad you noticed that. BC, that means you can do better now. Him having to comfort you about his own mom's death or surgery is super not okay. You sound selfish and like this man has zero support from his partner. I feel deeply for him. I do not feel for you. I'm guessing you came here for us to pat you on the head and con for you, as you dramatically epexpress what a bad person you are. But I don't think we should. Just do better. You're not the victim, him, and not the one who should get it's okays.
You are lucky he still wants to be with you despite your shortcomings. This means you have the chance to do better from now on. Since you've realized where you're failing, you can now fix it. Use his example, remember how he has shown you support, how he has comforted you, and do the same for him. Don't pour your feelings of guilt on him. It would make him try to comfort you again. Just do. Take care of him. Show your appreciation in small ways. Every day, have his back always. Encourage him to pursue his goals. Tell him you believe in him, etc. You don't need to do anything spectacular. Just be there, be present, and be his strength when he can't be strong by himself.